So today we're going to be doing something a bit different, and that is taking a peek into the future of professional Valorant. And I'm going to break it down into 4 different areas for ways that I see that Valorant as a game might progress as, we get more familiar with the game and as the game develops. And the first one of these areas is actually strategies that look like your other strategies, but are actually something very different. And we're going to take a look at this game from Team Liquid versus Gambit. So, it was a while ago now, for a good example of it, right? So we're playing here on Breeze, and Gambit, now Mech, of course, are on the attacking side. And what they're going to do, they have a very nice little A strategy setup. And even though Liquid have 4 players here, they're still going to manage to win this round. So what they're going to do, they're going to get a dart on top of the pillar. They're going to put down this little weird Viper wall here. They're going to send a Sky Flash in here. They're going to double jet smoke this for the cross towards the mid doors. Chronicle's going to walk up the hallway, and then they're going to actually drone in as well and send a Sova ult down there as well when they get there. So let's take a look at all of that happening, because it does go a bit crazy, and Scream actually on the Sky for Liquid almost messes this up entirely for him, because he gets very aggressive and sees 2 people there, but then he runs away. And so here's the dart we get. It gets a ping. They start coming in onto the site. They send another Sky Flash in. In comes the Sova ult. They start getting kills, right? It's all going crazy. They manage to get all the kills that they really need. Chronicle gets 2 from opening the door, even 3 from opening the door, because everyone was so focused on everything else. Very nice little A execute from Gambit here. And, got them onto the site, and they did very well with it. And then eventually here, Chronicle is going to find the last kill as well. But now let's take a look at round number 12, because it all looks very similar to what's going to happen before. We're going to get the same Viper wall, we're going to get the same Sova dart, we're going to get a Sky Flash in here, we're going to get the double jet smokes again, and yeah, it all looks the same. The drone's going to come in as well, so it all looks very similar for Liquid, but they're actually going to do something very different. So we get the jet smokes, the Sky Flash, the Viper wall goes up, the Sova dart's about to land, the drone comes out as well, and you can see Liquid's reaction, right? They put in this Sova dart here, they're going to drone down the hallway because they got destroyed by that before. They put a KO knife here, but actually on the side of Gambit, they've just ran up mid instead. Instead of coming towards short with these jet smokes, they actually sent another flash through it there and decided to go up towards mid instead. And so by the time that Liquid have any idea what's going on, they actually run into Defo here and get the first kill. And now Navera here on the Viper on B, who's actually got a Viper Spit, goes wondering, okay, what the hell are they doing at top mid? And he dies to Chronicle. So very nice little start to the round here from Gambit. And this is what I'm talking about with these fake strats, right? Liquid were convinced that it was just the same thing that had happened to them before, but actually it was very, very different indeed. And I think that these kind of strategies, these kind of multi-layered strategies, you might say, will have a big impact on the game going forward. Because what do defenders do, right? If you have 3 or maybe 4 strategies that all start out the same but are actually very different, how do you react to that, right? Because you won't know which one it's going to be. So this was a very nice little run from Gambit here and kind of these multi-layered strategies. And I expect that going forward, we will just see more and more and more of this. And we have actually started to see more and more teams start to implement these kind of multi-layered strats. The second thing I want to mention is more considered use of timings of utility. Sure, you can send that Sova dart or that KO knife to the backside anytime you want, perhaps, but maybe you want it to land at the exact right time. And we're going to take a look at DRX versus NIP for an example of that, because what DRX are going to do here is they're going to send a Sova dart that goes miles away. This one here, and that's why I've moved my face so that you can see it travel here on this little monitor here. You can see it bounces off that and then ends up at the very back site just as they are starting this execute, okay? And that is what is important, that the team is coming in onto the site just when this Sova dart lands. And now this was a pistol round, so the Sova didn't have the drone, but because he can send this dart so far away and it goes all the way like that, the Sova can have time to run up here, and if he did have a drone, he might drone in, and the drone and the dart would be landing at the same time, meaning you could clear the front site and part of the back site at the same time when the execute is starting together. This is the kind of thing that, again, I expect to see more of, and we have again started to see more and more teams do these like very looping Sova darts that land just at the right time for the team to actually come in onto the site. It's very well thought out, and I expect to see more of it going forward. The third thing that I want to mention is different economic strategies in Valorant. That who knows where this might lead to. It could be with the introduction of a new agent or something like that. But one that obviously I made a video about was a cruise pistol strategy, where none of them buy a gun or shields. They all just play classics, no shields. They do buy some utility on some agents, but some people literally buy nothing, right? And that with the idea being that they still will will be able to win enough rounds with just classics that will make this worth it, because it will make their buy for the second round much better and make the third round potentially more competitive. But even if they lose, they'll have enough money to force buy into that second round and try and win the second round anyway. So very interesting, different, unique strategy that I have made a whole video about. And I will leave a link in the description to that if you want to see it. But yeah, they go on to win this round against Sentinels. We can actually run it forward because this takes forever at this point. But we'll see what their buy is after they manage to win this round. So here we go. We're coming into round 14, the second round of their attack. And look at this, they have 3 full rifles with full shields, and the Sova even has full utility as well. So this just goes to show like how powerful this potentially can be, that you can just create a monster second round, and then this would be a very competitive buy for that third round going in as well, and you could end up winning the first 3 rounds based on this strategy. But Optic as well are also doing something a bit different economically, and that is what I'll call the simping strategy, because you can see here that Victor has both a frenzy and light shields on the pistol round, something that shouldn't be possible, but that is because pretty sure FNS has dropped this frenzy for Victor so that they can just make Victor a monster in this pistol round and, you know, let him go crazy on the neon and entry for the team. And FNS will forgo any shields or a gun or even full utility for himself to try and make Victor as strong as he possibly can be, because he's going to be the, you know, tip of the spear, and he's going to be running into probably more danger than the rest of the team. So you can see he gets the first kill there. They help support him, and then they're also going to find this second kill here as well. And now they just go on, and from here they will win this pistol round. And then the final thing is not just people playing weird or cringe comps, but actually understanding their comp and really playing to the strengths of it. And to me, the best version of this is G2 on Icebox, because a lot of people do play weird comps, but then they just end up kind of playing the map a bit normally, or, you know, how they would with any other comp, and they end up losing and they wonder why. But G2 here on Icebox, you know, they play their extremely defensive comp with 3 Sentinels with the Killjoy Sage and the Chamber, Viper, who's kind of a hybrid Sentinel as well, and then you have the Sova also. Like, it's about as defensive a comp as you will ever see, but they make it work on even the attacking side because they play to its strengths. They're actually on a save here in this round, but we'll see that even on a save, they manage to make it work, right? Because they're just going to sneak up, basically. They basically go A, I don't even know, like 10 out of 12 rounds most games that they run this comp, right? They just put up this Viper wall and they just walk up as a team and they just want to go A. And they're willing to play in this extremely extreme fashion, you might say. They're willing to do it, and they're willing to, you know, just say, well, you know what we're going to do, but we don't care, because as soon as we get the spike down with this comp, you know, it will win because it's so good at defending, right? Obviously with the 3 Sentinels. So in this round, you see that they're, you know, just walking up, right? They literally just walked up on A, they put down the Viper wall, and from here, well, Liquid just lose, right? Even though G2 are on a save in this round, Liquid just can't deal with it. They get the spike down in the Viper's pit here, and that's it. Right, it's round over pretty much from this point. Liquid didn't really know what to do because you have so much utility to have to deal with from this point. Even though they kill Nuki there, you know, you have to deal with the Chamber Trap, with the Nano Swarms, with the Alarm Bot, with the Sage Slows, with the Viper Mollies. Now you got a Viper's Pit in there as well. What do you want Liquid to do? There really isn't much they can do. Even though they're against a save here, they end up just saving their rifles in the end anyway. That's how bad it goes for them, that they just don't know how to attack into this, you know, because there's just so many little things on the map that they have to deal with, and it's just chaos for them, right? So yeah, this is the kind of thing that I expect to develop as we go forward, that not only will people play these kind of, you know, more extreme comps, but I think we'll have a better understanding of how they should be playing them and, you know, where their comp might be strong and things like that, as we see Navera mindlessly die there to the spike. But yeah, that is something that I expect to go forward as well. So those are just 4 things that I think the pro game in Valorant will develop more into and head towards more as we go forward into Valorant's future. I'm very interested in hearing what you guys think Valorant, pro Valorant, might look like in the future as well. So please let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, it could change massively, right? With different maps, with different agents, with however Riot wants to push the game in certain ways as well. Obviously, we know franchising is coming as well next year. So please let me know down in the comments what you think will happen. And with that, have a really nice day.